Anyways, on to Victorian politics now.
3 years after losing in an election landslide, Matthew Guy is back in charge of the Liberal Party.
Well, it took less than 10 minutes for the Liberal Party to dump its leader of 3 years and go back to the man who lost the last election.
Yes, and nothing says we're the winning team like backing the loser once more. And Matthew Guy sure sounds ready to lose again.
Do you really reckon you can win?
Yep, absolutely.
Matthew Guy wouldn't say why he was the better person to face up to Daniel Andrews.
And you can do the character assessments.
All right then, you seem boring. Yes, no doubt Matthew Guy's election slogan will be vote for me. I'm different to Dan Andrews. Not sure how, not sure if I'm better, but I'm physically a different person to Daniel Andrews. Vote one Matthew Guy. Mr. Guy, yes, that's his name actually, had his reasons for wanting the leadership though.
Matthew Guy says he wouldn't have rolled Michael O'Brien had the COVID crisis not persisted into this year.
Sorry, what? Yes, the reason I'm the perfect opposition leader is, COVID. Sorry, no questions. They also announced the new deputy leader.
With Matthew Guy elected unopposed, David Southwick voted in as his deputy.
Yes, gotta love the Liberal Party. The leadership battles are always between straight white married middle-aged white men. I said white twice because they're very white. They got rid of the most multicultural candidate on offer there as well. Michael O'Brien was at least born in Dublin, Ireland. That's pretty multicultural for the Liberal Party. And also, what is it with these Victorian politician names? Up north, we have Berejiklians and Palaszczys, and in supposedly cosmopolitan, multicultural Melbourne, all their politicians are white Anglo-Saxon men with completely interchangeable first names and surnames like Matthew Guy and Daniel Andrews. At this rate, the next Victorian Premier will probably be someone named Craig David or Paul Kelly or James. Anyways, from the spill, they went straight to Parliament, which was still sitting, surprisingly.
Mr. Guy taking his new seat in Parliament.
I'm now the leader of the opposition.
Yeah, even he couldn't believe he'd made it there. Meanwhile, all the politicians in New South Wales are like, Parliament is sitting? Parliament doesn't sit in a COVID outbreak. That means government could be held to account. That's not how it's meant to work. Also, me being from New South Wales, I'd amazingly never heard of the big scandal which had previously derailed Guy's political ambitions, and it has the best name for a political scandal that I've ever heard.
Nor will it stop questions about Mr. Guy's now infamous lobster with a mobster.
Yes, I have no idea what lobster with a mobster is, but from here in New South Wales, it definitely doesn't look like a scandal. Ask any politician in New South Wales if they've had lobster with a mobster, and they'd be like, let me check my diary. Yes, I had 3 last week. I mean, how is this a scandal? In New South Wales, we have political scandals along the lines of like an MP's secret third mistress sold the Sydney Harbour Tunnel to developers for $1 to be turned into an underground casino. And even then, literally nobody cares. It would be lucky to make page 5. Lobster with a mobster. Get some real corruption, Victoria, and get back to me.